Jason Holder has a highest score in ODI cricket of 99 not out. No centuries yet. 3 wickets to fall for 25 runs for the West Indies.
I reckon.
Looks to be the googly. Very well bowled. Captain Pollard didn't pick it. Celebrations for Australia.
Where do you want Rizza? Where do you want Riz?
Jason Hall is now at the crease, an experienced campaigner. Comes in at a time where his team really need him to step up. Didn't get any in the first ODI. Certainly need to get some tonight.
Two wickets for Adam Zampa. Boy, he loves a challenge. Loves the bowl against the big name players. Got the wicket of Karen Pollard, and now he is bowling to Holder. Just before Karen Pollard was dismissed, I was making the point that he averages in the mid-30s in both T20s and one-day international. I just feel he has a larger role to play with the bat in this West Indies team. Maybe bat at number 4 and just split the two left-handers, that of Hetmeyer and Nicholas Pooran, who I believe are the two guys that should be groomed in this West Indies ODI team to bat and score centuries. This is what we've seen from Shea Hope, from Darren Bravo to a lesser extent.
I agree. That's why it's a bit surprising to me that Hetmeyer is not in this final 11. I thought Hetmeyer would have been in ahead of Jason Mohammed.
Concept.
Was bat on that one. Optimistic appeal from Zampa, but an attacking field pressure on Jason Holder. Brilliant stuff from Adam Zampa. A wicket and just 2 runs conceded. 74 for 5.
Mighty grip. Yeah. Grip.
Need a good cover. Maybe go to mid-wicket, mate. Come over to cover. Up there.
Slide this out. Slide. Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay, son.
Oh, bowling. Nice that. Caught you, Mark. Want to turn a bit more? I'm in the game there, AT.
Yeah, this man has to get into the habit of scoring ODI centuries.
Down. Yes, Mark.
He's more than capable, Nicholas Pooran.
That's a brilliant piece of fielding.
AT.
Mitch Marsh in that extra cover region. That certainly would have been 4. And the ball gotten past him.
Okay.
Want me for that drifter?
Put up, please.
Slide. Yes.
Good wicket, boss.
Ball is right down the road.
Nicholas Pooran.
No,
Lots of talent.
Normal square leg.
Yeah.
750s and the solitary 100 to his name. Just need to convert a few more 50s into 100s.
Oh, Go on, lads, go on,
But
lads.
so quickly we were talking about West Indian batsmen and what they've achieved in ODIs. Quite a number of players with strong, solid career averages in ODIs.
Oh, yes, in the game there, mate. Ball.
77 for 5. A look at those players. Shea Hope averaging over 50. Karen Pollard himself and Jason Holder in the 20s. Nicholas Pooran a touch away from 50. And then you have those averaging mid-30s. Evan Lewis. Aaron Bravo, 30. Imran Hetmaya as well, not on that list, mid-30.
Was Moe up? Was Mo up?
Shea Hope leading the pack with his
Was Mo up or not?
tally of just over 3,500 runs.
He's been brilliant in ODI cricket, Shea Hope. I just want to see him transform or transfer that form into Test cricket. He's good enough, but for some reason just can't seem to excel in Test match cricket.
That's the end.
Oh, that's so deep. Another one to spin away.
I mentioned Adam Zampa loving a challenge. Today he bowled 2 balls to Karen Pollard. One spun away, one came in, the wrong on. Pollard picked it, was trying to flick to leg, missed it completely.
Down.
And it tells you something about a player's character when they could bounce back from a tough day's play. Pollard took him to the cleaners in the previous match, 30 runs from just 14 balls. And today, it was his day to get the big man out.
Oh,
And that's what it's all about. You have days when you're going to be taken out, and then you'll have days where you get a better of that same batsman, like what happened this evening.
Wait, he gives it Rizza for a couple. Then we still got 6 Starc. We get one.
It's always a nice feeling for any bowler when you sort of get a revenge, if you want to use that word.
I'm sure you never had that experience so quickly, Ambrose. You are always on the winning side.
Not always, but mostly.
17 gone, 81 for 5.
Another 107 required by the West Indies. Deliveries to come, not an issue, but Australia keep prizing wickets out. He so often does, as he did in the first one-day international. Mitchell Starc with the old ball switches ends. Wind will be coming across his right shoulder towards his left as he runs in. That means that he can use his angle very well across the right-handed batsman. With the new ball and old ball, he's an ever-present threat, says Yankee.
These are his 2 wickets. Evan Lewis first up. And Darren Bravo convincingly bowled for his 2nd wicket.
I loved his wife, Alyssa Healy, after he got the 5-wicket haul in the first game, just went on to social media with an emoji with a plaster and a zip across the lips. That's all she posted. Nothing else needed to be said.
Australia have literally stormed their way back into this game.
Thank you.
They've taken wickets at crucial times against this West Indies batting lineup. They'll need a good partnership. Just need to stick around and occupy the crease. And things like this can happen. Misfields, 2 runs. This is a good test for Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder. 2 batters who are capable. But we need to see those runs. We need to see a good partnership. West Indies fans know what they can do. They know their potential. But potential is only so much when scores are not there.
When you look at the way Starc bowls with the new ball, you'd expect at his pace, and once the ball is swinging, you can probably look at the Bravo and Lewis dismissal and think, yeah, that's my new ball bowler. But I'd look at maybe the Pollard dismissal, a delivery that wasn't quite there. You could have easily defended it. I'd look at the Shea Hope dismissal, the 2nd ball from Ashton Turner. Starc aiming for the type of dismissal that he got against Pooran last game, LBW. 86 for 5.
the one there, please. Riz on the one.
Adam Zampa has been very impressive. Similar to what Akil Hussain did for West Indies during their bowling innings.
Catch it!
Yes, Zorby. Want that Zorby. Now the big spinner away. Lord AT.
Zorby!
I'll get a sweep out of him here. Zorby.
Oh!
Yeah, this is good batting by this pair. This takes that total down to 99 more required from 188 balls.
Zampa could pull his length back fractionally. It's a challenge bowling to a short batsman, a batsman of short stature, and then the other extreme once a strike turns over in the 6'7" Jason Holder. But if he could just get his length into that 4-meter area, that's not too bad. I want to build up our viewers' interest, pique their interest in what I thought when I talked about Kieron Pollard facing Zampa in the first game and Zampa getting his length much better today. Very subtle. Guys downstairs are working on it. It's worth a look.
Boys, 6 please, come on.
See, that's too full. Too easy for the tall Jason Holder. 91 for 5.
Minus 13 minutes.
West Indies way ahead of where Australia were at a similar time and even a wicket better off. All right, so everyone looking on from afar. We'll get our illustration to you after this ball. And here's what I'm talking about. As soon as Zampa came on in the first game, Pollard struck him down the ground. The length was a touch too full. These are the boundary balls. Pollard deliberately went after him. But it just needed a subtle pulling back of the length. Look at this. Just a subtle pulling back of the length was enough to breach the little half push. These are the little adjustments.
Yeah, that was perfect from Adam Zampa. At least it shows that learning. It shows that you after being smacked, because you're in Pollard's line and his length, you're in that reach, he was able to adjust his length.
Been around a long time, Stacey Ann, so he understands this. He used to wear number 63 years ago. He changed it to 88. 63, of course, was what the late Philip Hughes, a colleague of his, was on when he was unfortunately struck down.
Yeah, but this is good between Holder and Pooran. They're making that extra effort to play within those V's along the ground. Pick up singles, pick up twos once there's a misfield. Yeah, but their eyes need to be open for that short ball, that short, quicker ball from Starc. So we all know the damage he can do with that swinging or quicker ball. And then, of course, if there's feeling like this, then it becomes a bit easier. Starc isn't pleased with that.
And short ball is something that teams talk about bowling to Jason Holder. There's a fine leg and a deep backward square. Because I think quite often, right of your screen, he was caught down there the other night because he kind of hooks and pulls from a low back cliff up into the ball and sometimes struggles to keep it down.
And that's the bigger side of this ground as well, because that backward square player, he's actually off by a couple meters.
.93 for 5.
Two, please. Come back a little. Two. Thank you. Next. Close. Thank you.
Change of bowling. Wes Agar comes in.
Terrific stop.
Yeah, this was nicely driven by Nicholas Pooran. A nice diving save by Henriques.
In the end, they get there safely. But there was a lot of yes, no, mid-pitch shake hands and complete it.
Yeah, it's understood that They need to take singles, they need to rotate the strike, but communication. Yes, yes, no, no, but it's just a good thing that that fielder would have been off balance. Would have been in some trouble. Much better between these two, Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder.
However long it goes on, this is smart cricket because you're so far ahead of the run rate. You'd think Australia need to bowl you out to win the game. That's why I didn't quite understand the Sheho dismissal, not only him, but the type of player that he is, but still so much work to do.
I think that's an area, not just Shehu, but a number of, especially younger West Indies batters, need to work on. Yes, they have the power, they have the strength to clear the boundaries, but in times like this, when you're already ahead of things, how do you apply yourself and just stick around and just suck up overs as it may be? We would have seen that with Australia within their last couple overs. They've lost wickets, but they stayed there and just kept nagging, kept building that pressure against West Indies bowlers.
Very good to end the over, 97 for 5. It's a good point Stacey and King makes. Australia were 45 for 6. Their last 4 wickets added 142. Zampa and Wade initially. Starc and Wade added 51. Zampa and Wade 32. Zampa and Agar 59. And it wasn't all done in a rush, so Mitchell Marsh into the attack belatedly. He can hustle you sometimes quicker than you think when he's in good rhythm. Just to the point that Stacey Ann King was making, I like the point because we've spoken ad infinitum about that, and in the media we are to blame as well here in the Caribbean. We glorify the obvious boundary hitting and 6 hitting ability of West Indians, but if you can add to your game a subtlety of maneuvering the ball, then the opposition is caught in between. They don't know where you will go from game to game. And it's something that they desperately need to grasp and get a hold of. It's been a while.
Yeah, it definitely shows growth, it shows maturity, and it shows responsibility, most important. Mitch Marsh only scored 8 when he batted. But when he bowls a number of variations. He also rolls his finger across the ball to get that slower and cutter.
That's nice. You see, that's about hip height. And so it was easy for Holder to hit it in front of square. Lovely shot. 100 comes up.
Yeah, this was good. Just good position, good picking up of the line, and very well dismissed.
Could be 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries for Holder.
This is good by Jason Holder. Just flicking this one off his pad. And fine leg is much squarer than normal. So he gets 4 runs. Second boundary in a long time for West Indies.
Being wrong with that length or line. 105 for 5.
Thank you.
Much needed partnership of 33 building. Wasiga will be searching for his first wicket.
In my analysis of Nicholas Pooran, there are 2 shots that I think he has to learn more about. That one, that punch, he's a short-statured player. On bouncy pitches that force off the back foot. As a bowler myself, I enjoy when a batsman tries to do that. Brings the outside edge, inside edge into play. And the short ball is still a work in progress for him. A little bit of bounce at him early in his innings, not for the first time off Riley Meredith. Ball got big on him time and again. I've seen this from him. Fortunately, it fell short of Starc. So I've talked about this on air before, that it's his judgment needs to get better and sharper against those 2 deliveries. Still young, still learning.
Been trying to play this shot for some time, Nicholas Pooran, and he gets it this time around. With those pull shots, Is it that he does not get into position quite early? Is it that, again, you mentioned his height? Is it that the pace just comes on, rushes on to him too quickly?
A good question. I'll come back to it after this ball if nothing happens. For me, it's a shot that I think is Kane Williamson, New Zealand's captain, is someone that plays it as well, but someone that I think, if I were bowling at Kane, I've mentioned this on air live before, that it's an area of weakness for Kane Williamson. I think he was out that way in the World Test Championship. I think you have to be a better judge of the length. The good batsman will know if it's a touch shorter than what is ideal based on the bounce or lack thereof in the pitch. You do not play. It's fraught with risk. It's not a judgment I could make, but these guys are so much better than I ever dreamed of. 106 for 5.
I'm going to bring another twist at you, Bish. How about, because of his height, Nicholas Pooran, of course, wearing the helmet, there's a bit of a cap to the front. And as a shorter player, when you look up, your vision is slightly cut off. How about just not playing those shots just yet? And as you said, looking at the line and the area in which you are strong enough to play it at.
Yeah, I hear you. Peek of the helmet. And to your point, I would say batting is about judgment. I remember batting in a test match with Jimmy Adams, former West Indies captain, at the Antigua Recreation Ground against New Zealand's Danny Morrison a few years back. And he was pulling and batting superbly. He got 100, or was it a double? But there was one particular short ball with a new ball that before he got into position, the keeper had it. Thousand ODI runs to Nicholas Pooran. And so the judgment of length, the judgment of line, because you've got a fraction of a second with this ball coming at you. And Pooran, I think, has that ability to judge what he should leave, not hook at, when to do it, and when to go after it based on conditions. It's a tough task. I don't envy batsmen. Batters.
Yeah, I think the importance is just being able to play that shot or play that pull shot, being able to see, making sure that it's in line of sight. But he's still here, Nicholas Pooran, and that was that single brought up his 1,000 ODI runs.
Third fastest West Indian. 4 runs. So this has gone along, this partnership, pretty well. 39 from 56 balls, but wickets lost are a factor.
Yeah, this was genuinely guided. Using the pace of a Jason Holder and just running it down to that third man position. Third man is a bit squarer, so he gets 4 runs.
Tolerate me for one more ball. Said he's the third fastest scribes around the world, who is ahead of him? Who are the two in terms of innings play? Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, one of the greatest ever in 21 innings, and Sir Cuthbert Greenwich, Gordon Greenwich, whose name adorns the stands here with his opening contemporary Desmond Haynes. 112 for 5.
Should be decent allowances, I would have thought. Waiting on again.
Partnership of 40 between these two, Pooran and Holder. Adam Zampa makes a return from the Joel Ghana end. 2 for 22 from 6 overs. Just feel that his remaining 4 overs, along with Starc's, those 8 overs between them, will be quite crucial in the context of this game. The West Indies batsmen can resist
Come on.
those 2. Then they'll be in a good position, a good enough position. Clearly, the Australian captain Alex Carey is a little bit wary of how this partnership is going. He's brought Adam Zampa back for the sole purpose of trying to get a wicket. Needs another wicket. Nicholas Pooran has a good record against leg spin bowling, so he'll be very confident against Zampa, but Zampa is skillful. He has a good googly. Ganga, useful partnership between these two. Two wickets, Adam Zampa throughout the series. He has been a big wicket taker for Australia this game, getting 2 massive wickets for his team. What he has done is bowl attacking lines and lengths and try to put the opposition batsmen under pressure. The obvious plan for the West Indian batsmen will be to bat through these 50 overs, and you just feel that if they are able to do that, they're going to win this game. It doesn't matter if they win in the 50th over or the 40th. What is important that they win to keep the series alive. Remember, they are behind 1-0 in this 3-match series, so all to play for in this one. Adam Zampa just makes an adjustment in the field. The long on comes to mid on, asking Jason Holder to go against the spin. He might just bowl a googly. The reason why I've mentioned that he hasn't been a massive wicket taker, he only took 4 wickets in the T20Is.
Come on, lads. Come on, lads.
Just a solitary wicket in that first one-day international. It's only today, 2 for 24. He's been on top of his game. I also feel, as a captain, when you've got a wrist spinner in your team, you've got to manage him properly in terms of when you use him and how long you use him for. Short spells with attacking fields. That's the right way to go if you want to take wickets and get wickets out of wrist spinners. A ripper to end. Good over, good return for Zampa. At the halfway stage, the West Indies 114 for 5.
Zampa going off the cut a very long way. So on base, what's happening tonight? West Indies comfortably ahead, both in the runs count and the wickets count, losing one less at this stage, at a similar stage. But the Australians had some really good partnerships with the lower order. No longer do we say tail enders in the modern day. The lower order, we saw what they could do with the bat. The West eager, only his second one-day international, 41. Adam Zampa, Mitchell Starc, everyone showed good fight, and that's what you expect from an Australian team every time they step on the field. Quick single directed, needed. That would have been very close. Bit of a hesitation between Jason Holder and Nicholas Pooran. Matthew Wade in the outfield. Wasn't able to hit. It would have been gone. Would not have been ideal for the West Indies. That's not what they want at this stage. Partnership has been really good, 43. They want to get as close as possible to that score, if not all the way. Slip in for Jason Holder. At the Kensington Oval in beautiful Barbados. Always a idyllic location, whether it is for the beaches, the culture, the cuisine, warm and friendly people. They know how to have a good time. Cultural amalgam in this part of the world. Good batting.
Mitchell Marsh cannot be underrated as a medium pacer. He's picked up crucial wickets throughout this tour for Australia in the T20Is. Alex Carey will be hoping that he can prize a wicket here for him. 1 wicket in that first one-day international as well.
In the air, falls safely. Does have protection in the deep.
And for guys like Mitchell Marsh, the reason why they are so successful is as a batsman, when you face the likes of Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood, you just feel that with a bowler of lesser pace, you can take a few more risks. That is where you get yourself into trouble already. Jason Holder feeling as if he can take the attack to Mitchell Marsh. What he also does, Mitchell Marsh, he rolls his fingers across the seam of the ball, and on a dry surface, ball might just grip a little bit extra. It's not a slow delivery. It's a cutter, which is quite different, where a bowler uses the seam to try and extract some degree of lateral movement from the surface, maybe some extra bounce as well.
Sent back. 5 singles in that over. 26 gone, 119 for 5. Partnership continues to blossom for the West Indies. 69 needed from 144 balls, so the required run rate is not of concern. Just about spending time out in the middle, rotating the strike whenever the opportunity presents itself, but most importantly, keeping your wickets intact.
We know it. Happens quick.
And with every run that is scored, Australian captain Alex Carey will become more and more anxious and will have to call on his trump card, Mitchell Starc.
Thank you.
The other trump card, Adam Zampa, is on at the moment. Just having a quick discussion with Enriquez, very experienced campaigner. Nicholas Pooran, the field, long on, long off, deep backward square and sweeper. Slip still in position, so still searching for that wicket. Well, that was a gift. Short, stood up and dispatched by Nicholas Pooran. Brings up the 50 partnership between these two. You wouldn't get it easier than that.
Well, Nicholas Pooran prides his white ball game on his ability to play spin. He's quite confident when facing any spinner. Feels he has the ability to change gears at his own will. Just suspect he'll try to do that against Zampa here. 51 between these two, a partnership coming at a crucial time for the West Indies.
Before that previous delivery, he had a long off in position. After the 4, there's a deep backward square now on a deep mid wicket. He's bowling wrong the wicket as well, Adam Zampa. First time in this spell, he's opted for that. Straight to him, dropped it. Moses Enriquez just been brought in from long off to mid off. And it was smacked straight to him, in and out.
Nearly working for the Australians, only themselves to blame. Well, this man in particular. Enriquez couldn't hold on, in and out. And a life for Nicholas Pooran. How will he use it?
Well, he hits this one along the ground and gets a 4. That's the way you should be treating with these deliveries, Nicholas Pooran.
I just get a sense that he was targeting this over from Zampa. Pooran, accustomed to playing in the T20 format and using bowlers like Zampa to good effect to increase run scoring. Such a fine line with going on the attack and risking your wicket as well.
And that is such an important point that you just raised there, Darren. The two bowlers, in my estimation, who are really a threat, Mitchell Starc and Adam Zampa on the night. And if you can get past those two, with all of the experience that these guys have, you think that West Indies will be in pole position. Gets the 2. It's all about situational awareness, match awareness. 27 gone, 129 for 5.
I also reckon there would have been a discussion with Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder for Pooran to take more strike when Zampa is bowling. Left-hander getting the ball spinning into him as against away from Jason Holder.
So 59 now, required from 138 deliveries. Just want to continue to bring that down, this West Indian pair. See that separation from the Worms. West Indies in a good position, just about keeping their wickets intact. Riley Meredith back into the attack. This one, will it go all the way? It does go all the way. Against the wind, towards the longer side of the boundary. Might be a case of an injury as well. Doesn't look too good. Looks like Ben McDermott just crashes into those advertising boards. Might just be his ankle, holding that right ankle.
There was a loud thud as he made contact with the advertising board. Luckily, it just imploded, so would have absorbed that impact from McDermott going into the board. Ball going way over the boundary line, just there. Skidded a bit on the covers. That's why his ankle will be the major concern. That right ankle will be attended to, and hopefully he'll be fine to resume his place on the field.
Yeah, never good when something like that happens. Already, Aaron Finch ruled out of the first 2 games due to injury. That's the last thing that this Australian camp will want. Evan Lewis once again going early to Mitchell Starc. And Shea Hope got a start. Darren Bravo, first ball duck. And Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder really holding things together. The wickets to have fallen. Evan Lewis pulling straight from Mitchell Starc. Not much doubt there. And then that beauty off stump, ripped out. And Jason Mohammed didn't pick that googly. Adam Zampa in the game quite early. Shea Hope ran past one from Ashton Turner. Very crucial wicket. And then the big one. Karen Pollard, another Adam Zampa googly. Just rattles the stumps. Since then, it's been all Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder. Seems to be just hobbling a bit, which isn't too bad. Hopefully all is well with Ben McDermott. Biggest partnership for the West Indies, biggest partnership in the game so far. Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder. Darren Ganga, when does Alex Carey turn to Mitchell Starc? Look at that, 2 for 17, has 4 overs left. Can't leave it too late.
Well, Australia, they've relied a lot on Adam Zampa. 4 wicket taking, 2 for 34. He bowled with guile, good control. Starc, his success in terms of wickets came very early in that first spell. Ashton Turner picked up the prize wicket of Shea Hope when he was well set. Maybe just a rush of blood, some overconfidence from Hope. You mentioned Mitchell Starc and how crucial his overs would be. You also did mention the impact of Adam Zampa. And I take your point about him being a threat, but I think what we saw from Nicholas Pooran in the last over when 10 runs were scored would have put a little bit of a concern into the mind of Alex Carey. Now we would be thinking about other options, other bowling options that can produce wickets.
Well, Adam Zampa did produce a wicket-taking opportunity. And one was hit straight to Enriquez. Unfortunately for the Australians, in and out. And that's exactly what Alex Carey and the Australians were searching for. Zampa to pick a wicket. Now some of the other bowlers will have to step up.
What has also worked well for the West Indies is the fact that their scoring rate generally higher than than Australia in their innings. At the moment, the West Indies scoring at 4.9, just under 5. Australia, they scored at 3.9, so Australia will know that the West Indies won't need the full complement of 50 overs if they are to go on to win this one.
Short and fast from Meredith. Did hit him on his helmet, so we'll have to go through those concussion protocol. Jason Holder seems to be quite okay. But these protocols are in place, and we'll have to go through with them. It's been a good partnership between these two. Jason Holder continuing to demonstrate his all-around skill. Boundaries through the one side, a couple fortuitous ones as well. Nicholas Pooran against leg spin has been really good. And that one was hit with authority through the offside. And then this one with disdain all the way for 6. 2 fours for Pooran, 3 fours for Holder, and that solitary 6. Just a reminder that this is the second one-day international. Australia lead this 3-match series 1-0, having won the first. T20 is done and dusted. West Indies won that 4-1. The final ODI will be played on Monday. It just might be the series decider. Depends on how this game ends.
Although so far he's looked very comfortable out in the middle. Achieved quite a number of great things at this venue. Jason Holder, when he was captain of the West Indies Test side, scored a double century against England right here at Kensington Oval. Batting to come, Alzari Joseph, Hayden Walsh Jr., Phil Hussain. No can bat.
Yes.
Well negotiated by Nicholas Pooran. 28 gone, 137 for 5. And we'll have a Blue Waters drinks break.
The players have been rehydrated, all set to resume. Some 22 overs remaining. In this innings, Australia won the toss and decided to bat first. Got to 187. West Yeager, that number 10 position, top scored with 41. 3 wickets for Akil Hussain and Azari Joseph. The West Indies in reply, 137 for 5. Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder stitching together a very good partnership.
Come on, come on.
So 51 from 132 balls. Australia will need to bowl the West Indies out to win this game and seal the series. And this partnership now worth 66. It's the highest 6-wicket partnership at the Kensington Oval. Previous highest 61 between Ridley Jacobs and Brian Lara versus South Africa in 2001. For those of you who are statistically minded.
Right, Alex Carey has an opportunity to attack Jason Holder a little bit more than against Nicholas Pooran.
Short and dispatched. Angling down the leg side and too easy for Jason Holder. Not the line that Zampa would be looking for.
Holder doesn't really commit himself onto the front foot. Look how deep he is inside his crease, which allows him to pick the length and to give himself enough time to play the ball square of the wicket. That was essential in him getting that boundary.
This time a full toss. And with mid-on in position, he just had to clear that man. And he did that quite easily. Consecutive boundaries for Jason Holder.
Didn't the other night, we're 12 minutes behind.
And as expected, when you go short, the bowler usually tries to make the adjustment by going full,
Funny game, mate.
and too full on that occasion.
Zorbi, this one, panic, come on.
So 42 required now, required run rate under 2. So no issues there. Just about understanding what is required in this stage. Huge shot for LBW. Would have been the googly he's given him, and he's reviewed it immediately. Jason Holder.
Thanks, Gerald. Review for LBW. TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for LBW. The original decision given is out. Fair delivery already established. Can we move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. Seemed to be a deviation. Yeah, I'm gonna go to ball, sorry, to ultra edge just to confirm. Seemed to be a deviation from bat. Yeah, I'm satisfied. There's a deviation from the bat onto the pad. I'm gonna go back to Joel on field. Joel, I'm gonna ask you to change your decision from out to not out. You're on screen now.
And once again, umpire Joel Wilson has to reverse a decision inside edge onto the pad. And Jason Holder knew immediately. He'll shout again. Might be height the issue this time. Already scored 9 runs in the over, Jason Holder.
Now that shot to me indicates that Jason Holder is a little bit worried about Adam Zampa and the risks that he poses. Just trying to hit his way out of the situation. That's what's required. Just see him out. Don't take any risks. 29 gone, 146 for 5.
Nah, they're still 10:05.
you.
That's well left by Pooran. Wouldn't be surprised if Riley Meredith embarks on a little bit of a short ball plan against the two batsmen. Hello, Stacey Ann.
Yeah, even though it's a good partnership for West Indies, an important one at that, there's still a lot of time in this game for Australia. But the batting competency between Pooran and Holder has been spot on. We're just having a quick chat, Nicholas Pooran and Jason Holder. It's probably a reminder of just 40 more runs to go.
Have to dodge and weave the short ball if it comes as well. Brilliant running. Before we came off air the last stint, you talked about exactly this, the ability to use soft hands and deflections and pick up singles, and these two showing the skill is there.
It's all about trusting your partner. So once he calls, in this case, Nicholas Pooran is the one going to the striker end, Jason Holder. Longer legs going to the non-striker end.
Good running again. Pooran almost got his front leg too far across. He did actually get too far across the line of the ball. He ended up playing around his pad.
Yeah, that's two. Thank you. Ah, come on.
151 for 5.
Well, Mitts come out as Mitch Starc comes back in for his last spell.
Important spell here for Starc. As you've heard from Stacyan before, it's gone back to his original end. Be looking to get an early sense of if there's anything happening with the ball. Alzari Joseph to come next, with Ronald Rogers, the trainer. At the bottom there is Hayden Wards Jr. sitting. Stacyan, as we look around this wonderful historical facility, refurbished for the 2007 Cricket World Cup in the Caribbean, a lot of very modern stands. The management company trying to embark on a new initiative of selling naming rights for Kensington Oval. If you think about Emirates Old Trafford in the UK, Supersport Park in South Africa, Ageas Bowl, the Kia Oval in London, they're trying to embark on a new revenue stream, and so it's been put out there, or will soon be put out there for tender to see what it can attract, and I hope it attracts a lot, because of the history of this facility. Doesn't take anything away, so it's an initiative the management company are hoping to embark on. We wish them well. Of course, these will remain the same. Sir Garfield Sobers Pavilion, Coppin, Cozier and Short Media Centre. Various administrators, of course, the late Tony Cozier, whose son Craig works with us as the producer here. Excellent producer, Greenwich and Haynes stand. A lower order batsman myself, had the misfortune of being involved in a few partnerships to try to save or win a game, and some of the things that I would have talked about, for example, batting with Sir Richie Richardson and a couple of partnerships during our time at the Gabba in the early 90s. Let's take it down to 30, 5 more, any which way. Remember a test match at the Gabba in the early 90s where we were capitulating and we had to bat out the last day to save it. And I had to bat for almost 2 hours with Richie. One guy messaged me later on from Australia. He said, when I saw you walk in, I just went to the supermarket. I thought I'd pick up my groceries, and by the time I came back, the match would be over. He said, my goodness, I came back 2 hours later and you were still there batting. What is wrong with you? Sabina Park 1990, where Richie forced me to hit a 4 of the last ball to win the game against England. He shunted the responsibility. I'll not forget you, Richie. 153 for 5.
Change the bowler. Right hand run. Draft 2, please. Yes. Thank you.
Good memories. Ian, I think these two West Indies players, Pooran and Holder, may be trying to They're on par to create memories as well. Level the series with a win in tonight's game, hopefully.
Ashton Turner got the wicket of Shea Hope with the second delivery that he's bowled. Excellent bit of grip and spin. In his under 19 days, his bowling almost superseded his significance of batting, but he's had some shoulder injuries in recent times. Which has sort of curtailed his bowling activity, and his batting has superseded in his mature years his bowling.
Which is also interesting for Australia because they opted to play just one of their more known spinners, which is Adam Zampa, and using Turner just as a part-time because he hasn't bowled in any other ODIs. This is his debut. In 7 matches, he has not bowled in ODIs, and again because of those injuries.
Come on, IT, come on, boy.
So this is good from him. I guess this is what was expected by Alec Carey.
Good running again. He said for a while now, he actually said, I think yesterday or the day before in an interview, he's been preparing to bowl. He wants to bowl. But he hasn't been given the opportunity until tonight. Second ball, first over, poor shot.
Yeah, he picked up that vital wicket of Shea Hope, who did all the hard work. Just premeditated and gave away his wicket.
I think once, if you're Shea Hope, and I couldn't tell Shea how to bat really, but if someone new comes on, an off spinner from round the wicket, you may not have faced him before, but you will know of his reputation. There are 2 ways he'll get you out. The angle past your outside edge is one you have to look for. Goodness me, I thought he was giving that the charge there. 156 for 5.
Thank you.
Is that shot again? Not so much off the back foot, but more of the front foot this time.
And as we spoke about earlier as well, the pace in which Mitchell Starc comes through it. Might just be getting in line a bit late, Nicholas Pooran.
Congrats.
And that's good running, good awareness between these two again.
Just to refer to that conversation, 30 required. So if nothing happens at the end of the over, they'll probably come up to each other, Holder and Pooran, and say, let's go for 5 more risk-free runs. Time is not an issue.
Yeah, they've literally done all the hard work. So absolutely no need to give it away here. Just continue doing what they've been doing before.
158 for 5.
Let's go, guys. So, you have a sleep to the left-hander? Oh, no, right-hander, right-hander. Sleep out there. Spinning? In the game, though, isn't it? The left-hander on strike? No, the right-hander's on strike. Is there another one back? Where was AJ? Let's go, Jay, Nick. Let's go. Hey. Hands. Got AT.
Should be a couple of runs, which will take Jason Holder to 49.
Good, mate. Come on, AT. Come on, lads. Wait, Whitey. Wait, Whitey.
Yeah, this is good
Come on,
batting.
boys.
This is
Come on,
good,
boys.
sensible batting.
Wait, yeah.
Very welcome half century for Jason Holder. Very important time, his 10th in one-day internationals. And ironically, his last one came against Australia in the 2019 World Cup at Trent Bridge.
T. Oh, yes. T. Ashton. Go on, T.
Two's the call. $163 for 5. Cross seam. Spoken about that a lot since the first game. I haven't seen it enough. Riley Meredith has done it. And that's the impact or the effect of it sometimes. Very unpredictable. Cross seam again. And again, it's that pull shot where he goes from low to high. Upstairs.
Thanks, Joel. TV umpire to director. We have a umpire's review for a run out at the bowler's end. Can you give me your best side on shot, please?
I think you might be in, but it looked awkward. You come down the back awkward.
Ball's coming in, back grounded, cross the crease, satisfied, back's grounded. My decision for the big screen is not out. I repeat, not out.
Could be close. Yes, the finger goes up and he reviews it straight away.
Thanks, Joel. Review for LBW. TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for LBW. The original decision given is out. Fair delivery already established. Can we move on to front on, please? It doesn't appear to be any bat involved. Can I just use Ultra Edge to confirm? So flat line as the ball goes past the bat. Satisfied there's no bat involved. Can we move on to ball tracking? Ball tracking's coming up. It's pitching outside off. Impacts in line. Wickets, umpire's call. I'm going to go back to Joel on field. Joel, I'm going to ask you to stay with your original decision of out. You're on screen now. Make your signal.
Confirmation of the initial dismissal. Holder goes for 52. Good innings. 165 for 6. Alzari Joseph comes to the crease, still life in the contest with 23 required. And still 3 deliveries from Starc in his 9th over. Vital breakthrough.
You're just being hit on the part with probably thinking that it's too high, Jason Holder. But the review has shown umpire's call.
Excellent bowling again for Mitchell Starc. You'd have to think from the West Indies perspective that Nicholas Pooran will feel the burden of trying to finish the game as he so often talked about in his career. He did it in the third T20 international and let out a roar at the end when they crossed the line. It's been a great objective of his to be there at the end.
And as we saw in the last ODI, Alzari Joseph is quite capable sticking around with him till the end.
Brilliant take. I assume that it struck the pad because it was not signaled wide. What a great take by Alex Carey.
Last one. Back.
Successful over, 165 for 6.
West Indies 165 for 6 in pursuit of 188. They need 23 from 90 balls, so no issues with the required run rate. And 4 wickets in hand. Ashton Turner continues.
Oh, ball. Well ball.
We've seen this throughout the course of the day with the spinners. Some turn, bounce as well. It's been a challenging pitch for batting at the Kensington Oval. High in the air. Does he have enough on it? Yes, he does. Nicholas Pooran straight as a die towards the side screen. And another 6 for him.
Good blow by Pooran. As West Indies inch closer to the target.
That actually was his first 6 of the innings. He's on 49 now, Nicholas Pooran.
Come on, 7, 20 to get.
Edged and dropped. Gets the single and gets to his 50 as well. Nicholas Pooran, inauspicious way to do that. but a half century nonetheless. His 8th ODI half century to go along with his solitary century, and how desperately that was needed by the West Indies team in this, the second ODI, to keep the series alive.
Went for the cut shot, peel off the top edge of the bat, and was put down at first slip. Brings up his 8th ODI 50. Good knock by him. Just got to stay there now and see his team over the line. Very good partnership with Jason Holder.
That partnership you mentioned with 93. Matthew Wade in that first slip position. Unaccustomed to feeling in that position, that's for sure. A wicket keeper by trade, Matthew Wade.
Should have given him the gloves. He probably would have taken it. But he was going the wrong way. He was moving to his left.
Go.
And the ball went to his right. So he was late in getting his hands up.
.36 gone, 172 for 6. Just 60 needed for the West Indies to square the series. Half century for Nicholas Pooran. Final over for Mitchell Starc. Uncharacteristic of the Australians in the field. Moses Enriquez straight to him. Nicholas Pooran. That was a critical time at the game, in the game. And then Matthew Wade in the previous over. First slip. Very good in the field, usually, the Australians. And the plan would be just to resist this over. Final over from Mitchell Starc. Gets off strike. Alzari Joseph will have to negotiate him.
Once again, very impressive bowling by Mitchell Starc.
But an excellent innings from Nicholas Pooran just when the West Indies needed him to perform. That 6 over before to bring up that half century. He's been patient, really played the situation of the game well, and for the most part untroubled throughout the course of this innings. Always a threat, secretly, with the new ball, with the old ball.
Still bowling with high pace. He was through Alzari Joseph before he really got his bat down. Certainly, it's impressive. Mitchell Starc.
No!
Alzari Joseph quickly becoming more proficient with the bat. And certainly in test match cricket, half century to his name. good partnership in the first ODI with Kieron Pollard. Talks about improving every facet of his game with every opportunity. An opportunity here now to see his game over the line. 68 partnership with Kieron Pollard in game 1. Falls safely, fortuitous for Alzarri Joseph. A good delivery, rising, climbing on Alzarri.
Certainly was another quick delivery. Looking to defend it, bounced a bit higher than he expected. Got into a little bit of a tangle, but fell safely into the onside. West Indies now just need 14 more runs to level the series.
Importantly, 2 deliveries left for Starc. Again, falls safely. Mitchell Starc in despair. When it's your night, it's your night. Nicholas Pooran, maybe just holding on the surface, played through the shot too early, and again, falling safely.
Look at Mitchell Starc down on the surface. Last ball of his 10th and final over.
Alzarri sees him off. That was the end of his spell. Another good spell from Mitchell Starc. 37 overs gone, 175 for 6. Really good performance from Mitchell Starc in this one international series. 5 for 48 in the first. His 8 5-wicket haul, and then 3 for 26 in this one. So 8 wickets in just the 2 games. Star performer for Australia once again, showing his skill, his class. Goes again, Pooran gets another 6. A glorious hit over extra cover. That was simply magnificent from Pooran.
He's taking a liking to Turner. A well-flighted delivery. Nicholas Pooran was equal to the task. Inside out of extra cover for 6. It's not always the easiest of shots to play, but he played it quite well. 7 runs needed.
Nicholas Pooran has batted with tremendous maturity and responsibility in this innings. When the West Indies needed him, he stepped up to keep the series alive. Just 7 needed now. Seems as though it is going to be 1 apiece. 1 game left on Monday.
Oh, wow.
That one kept low. Almost snuck under the bat of Nicholas Pooran, but he's very watchful.
Bring him up.
Change in field, the deep mid-wicket comes to short mid-wicket. 2 deliveries left, perhaps asking Nicholas Pooran to go across the line. Goes straight and falls short of West Eager. spoke a lot about being there to the very end in run chases. Nicholas Pooran, an ideal opportunity to do just that and get a red inker next to his name. That might just go all the way. Wide signal, so that will be 5 wides. And just 1 run needed now for victory for the West Indies.
Five wides. Keeper missed it. The leg slip missed it. And West Indies are 1 run away from winning the second CG ODI. Everybody in. But it doesn't matter. Alzari Joseph hoisted it over mid-wicket. Victory for West Indies by 4 wickets.
And they level the series. 1 apiece in this 3-match ODI series. And the series decider on Monday, but there has been a remarkable fight back from this West Indian outfit. Losing a few early wickets, a partnership between Jason Holder and Nicholas Pooran. And he was there at the very end to ensure that they get over the line